Alara, a young dreamer in the bustling city of Viridian, felt a restless energy. At 22, she worked a monotonous job at a local bookstore, surrounded by stories of triumph but craving her own. One rainy evening, she stumbled upon an old leather-bound journal in the shop's forgotten corner. Its pages, yellowed with age, hinted at a mysterious guide to success, written by an enigmatic figure known only as the Mentor. Intrigued, Alara slipped the journal into her bag, her heart racing with possibility. That night, under the flicker of a single lamp, she opened the journal. The first entry read, "Success is not a destination, but a journey of uncovering hidden truths." The words ignited something within her. Alara had always believed success was reserved for the lucky or the privileged, but the journal suggested otherwise. It promised 60 lessons, each revealing a secret to unlocking one's potential. Determined to change her life, Alara vowed to follow the journal's guidance, no matter the cost. As she read, the rain outside seemed to whisper encouragement, urging her to take the first step into the unknown. The journal's first lesson was simple yet profound. Know thyself. Alara pondered its meaning as she walked through Viridian's crowded streets, observing people chasing dreams without understanding their own desires. At home, she began a list of her strengths and fears, confronting truths she'd long avoided. Her love for storytelling emerged as a core strength, but her fear of failure loomed large. By week's end, Alara realized self-awareness was the foundation of success. She started journaling her thoughts daily, each entry peeling back layers of doubt. The process was uncomfortable but empowering, like shedding an old skin. She felt a shift, a quiet confidence budding within her, ready to face the next lesson. The second lesson urged Alara to craft a vision. The journal described success as a painting, each stroke guided by a clear image of the future. Alara, inspired, sat in her small apartment, envisioning a life where she wrote stories that inspired millions. She sketched her dream on paper, a cozy studio, bookshelves brimming with her novels, and readers worldwide. Creating this vision felt like planting a seed. Alara pinned the sketch above her desk, a daily reminder of her goal. She began noticing opportunities writing workshops, local author meetups that aligned with her dream. The journal's words echoed, "A vision pulls you forward." Alara felt its pull, her steps growing bolder as she embraced the path ahead. Lesson 3 was daunting. Embrace failure. Alara recoiled at the thought. Failure had always been her enemy, a shadow that kept her from taking risks. The journal, however, framed it as a teacher. It recounted the mentor's own failuressa failed business, a rejected manuscript teach a stepping stone to success. Alara tested this lesson by submitting a short story to a local contest. When it was rejected, the sting was sharp, but she reread the journal's words. Failure refines your path. She revised her story, incorporating feedback, and resubmitted it elsewhere. To her surprise, it was accepted for publication. The victory was small, but transformative, teaching her that failure was not the end, but a guide. The journal's next lesson was act daily. Success, it said, was built through consistent small steps. Alara, now energized, committed to writing 500 words daily. Some days, the words flowed, others they stalled. But she persisted, her discipline growing stronger with each sentence. By month's end, Alara had a draft of a novella. The journal's wisdom rang true. Action compounded over time. She began to see her dream not as distant, but as a series of tasks within reach. Her routine became sacred, a daily ritual that carved her path toward success, one word at a time. Lesson 6 taught Alara to listen deeply. The journal emphasized that success required understanding others' mentors, peers, even critics. Alara joined a writers' group, initially nervous but eager. She listened to their feedback, their struggles, and their triumphs, absorbing lessons she hadn't found in books. One member, an older writer named Clara, shared how listening to readers shaped her best-selling novel. Inspired, Alara began engaging with readers online, noting their preferences. This connection refined her writing, making it resonate more deeply. The journal's words, "Ears open, success follows," became her mantra as she learned to value others' voices. Begin now. the seventh lesson urged. Ilara hesitated, fearing her novella wasn't ready for the world. The journal countered her doubts. Perfection is the enemy of progress. The mentor's story of starting a venture, despite uncertainty, emboldened her. Ilara submitted her novella to a small publisher. The wait was agonizing, but the act of submission felt liberating. She realized that beginning, even imperfectly, was a victory. The journal's wisdom settled in her heart. Every great achievement started with a single courageous step. Ilara was no longer just dreaming she was doing. Lesson 8 introduced resilience. The journal described success as a marathon, not a sprint, requiring the ability to rise after setbacks. Ilara faced her first major rejection. The publisher passed on her novella. The disappointment was heavy, but the journal's words steadied her. Resilience turns dreams into realities. She revisited her work, refining it with renewed determination. Each edit was a step forward, a refusal to give up. Ilara began to see resilience as a muscle, strengthened by adversity. The rejection, once a wound, became a badge of her growing strength, pushing her closer to her goal. The ninth lesson was build bridges. The journal stressed that success thrives on relationships. Ilara, naturally shy, found this challenging. She attended a literary festival, forcing herself to network with authors and editors. Their stories of collaboration inspired her. One editor, impressed by Ilara's passion, offered to review her work. This connection opened doors to new opportunities. The journal's advice, "No one succeeds alone," rang true. Ilara began nurturing these relationships, realizing that each connection was a thread in the tapestry of her success, weaving her closer to her dream. Lesson 10 was, focus relentlessly. The journal warned that distractions derail dreams. Ilara noticed how social media and self-doubt stole her time. She set boundaries, dedicating mornings to writing and evenings to learning. The clarity was liberating. Her productivity soared, and her novella took shape. The journal's metaphor, focus, is a lens that sharpens your path, guided her. By eliminating noise, Ilara honed her craft, her vision growing clearer. She felt a surge of purpose, knowing each focused moment brought her closer to her dream. Never stop learning, the 11th lesson declared. The journal urged Ilara to seek knowledge relentlessly. She enrolled in an online writing course, diving into narrative techniques. Each lesson expanded her skills, making her stories richer. She also read widely, from classics to modern novels, absorbing styles and structures. The journal's words, "Knowledge fuels success," inspired her to view learning as a lifelong pursuit. Ilara's confidence grew as she realized that every book, every course, was a step toward mastery, building the foundation for her dreams. Lesson 12 was practice gratitude. The journal explained that appreciating the present fuels motivation. Ilara, often focused on what she lacked, began noting 3 things daily she was thankful for: her health, her supportive friends, her passion for writing. This shift transformed her perspective. Challenges felt less daunting, and successes, however small, felt monumental. The journal's wisdom, gratitude, turned scarcity into abundance, resonated deeply. Ilara's heart lightened, and her drive intensified, as she saw her journey not as a struggle but as a gift. Master your time. The 13th lesson advised. The journal emphasized that success hinges on how time is spent. Ilara, often scattered, created a schedule, allocating hours for writing, reading, and rest. She treated time as a precious resource. Her productivity soared, and her novella neared completion. The journal's metaphor, time is the currency of success, stuck with her. By prioritizing tasks and minimizing distractions, Ilara felt in control. Each tick of the clock became a step toward her dream, her days now purposeful and aligned. Lesson 14 was, adapt or perish. The journal warned that rigidity stalls progress. When a writing contest required a new genre, Ilara hesitated but embraced the challenge. She experimented with science fiction, blending it with her storytelling style. The result was a surprising success, earning her a local award. The journal's words, "Adaptation is evolution," rang true. Ilara learned to pivot when needed, her flexibility becoming a strength. Each new challenge was an opportunity to grow, pushing her closer to her vision of success. Dream without limits, the 15th lesson urged. The journal encouraged Ilara to expand her ambitions. She had always aimed for small publications, but now she envisioned a novel on bestseller lists. The idea was daunting yet exhilarating. She began outlining a larger story, pouring her heart into it. The journal's advice, "Big dreams fuel big results," inspired her to aim higher. Ilara's confidence grew as she embraced the audacity of her vision, knowing that dreaming big was the first step to achieving greatness. Lesson 16 was, cultivate patience. The journal explained that success often takes time. Ilara, eager for quick results, struggled with waiting. When her novel draft received mixed feedback, she felt discouraged but remembered the journal's words, "Patience is the soil where dreams grow." She revised patiently, trusting the process. Over months, her novel improved, gaining depth. Ilara learned that patience wasn't passive, but an active choice to persevere. Each slow step forward strengthened her resolve, aligning her closer to her ultimate goal. Believe in yourself, the 17th lesson declared. The journal emphasized that self-doubt is success's greatest enemy. Ilara, often plagued by insecurity, began affirming her abilities daily. She pinned notes around her apartment. "You are enough." This practice shifted her mindset. When she pitched her novel to agents, her confidence shone through. One agent requested a full manuscript, a small victory fueled by belief. The journal's wisdom, "Your belief shapes your reality," became her anchor, guiding her through moments of doubt. Lesson 18 was, seek mentors. The journal stressed that guidance accelerates success. Ilara reached out to Clara, the experienced writer from her group, for advice. Clara shared insights on publishing and storytelling, helping Ilara refine her novel. Their mentorship blossomed into a friendship. The journal's words, "Mentors light the path," proved true. Ilara realized that seeking help wasn't weakness but wisdom. Clara's guidance gave her clarity and confidence, making the daunting world of publishing feel navigable. Persist through storms, the 19th lesson urged. The journal described success as a test of endurance. When Ilara faced multiple rejections from agents, despair crept in. But the journal's stories of the mentor's persistence inspired her to keep going. She sent out more queries, each rejection a lesson in resilience. Finally, an agent signed her. The journal's wisdom, "Persistence turns dreams into achievements," rang true. Ilara's determination grew. Her setbacks now fuel for her unwavering commitment to her dream. Lesson 20 was, define your why. The journal asked Ilara to clarify her purpose. She reflected deeply, realizing her writing was about inspiring others to chase their dreams. This clarity fueled her passion, making every word she wrote feel meaningful. Her novel began to reflect this purpose, resonating with early readers. The journal's words, "Purpose is your compass," guided her. Ilara's writing became more than a career. It was a mission. This sense of purpose steadied her, keeping her focused on her ultimate goal. Build a tribe, the 21st lesson advised. The journal emphasized that a supportive community fuels success. Ilara deepened her ties with her writers' group, sharing successes and struggles. Their encouragement became her backbone during tough times. When her novel was accepted for publication, the group celebrated with her. The journal's wisdom, "No one climbs alone," resonated. Ilara realized her community was her strength, their support, a reminder that success was a collective journey, not a solitary one. Lesson 22 was, reflect to grow. The journal urged Ilara to pause and assess her progress. She began weekly reflections, noting what worked and what didn't. This practice revealed distractions that slowed her, strategies that boosted her productivity. Reflection sharpened her approach. She adjusted her writing process, focusing on what moved her forward. The journal's words, "Reflection turns experience into wisdom," guided her. Ilara's growth accelerated, each reflection a stepping stone toward her dream of becoming a renowned author. Take bold risks, the 23rd lesson declared. The journal warned that safety stifles success. Ilara, cautious by nature, decided to pitch her novel to a major publisher, a move that terrified her. The stakes felt impossibly high. To her shock, the publisher showed interest. The journal's advice, "Risk is the doorway to reward," echoed in her mind. Ilara realized that playing it safe had kept her small. Embracing risk opened new possibilities, her courage growing with each bold step she took. Lesson 24 was, stay humble. The journal cautioned that arrogance blinds progress. As Ilara's novel gained traction, she noticed pride creeping in. She reminded herself of her early struggles, grounding herself in gratitude for those who helped her. This humility kept her open to feedback, improving her work. The journal's words, "Humility keeps you teachable," resonated. Ilara's success felt sweeter because she remained grounded, her heart open to learning and growing, no matter how far she climbed. Be consistent, the 25th lesson urged. The journal emphasized that steady effort trumps sporadic bursts. Ilara committed to a daily writing habit, even when inspiration waned. Her novel's revisions progressed steadily, each day building on the last. Consistency became her superpower. The journal's metaphor, "Success is a river carved by steady drops," inspired her. Ilara saw her dream taking shape, not through grand gestures, but through the quiet power of showing up every day, her resolve unwavering. Lesson 26 was, find balance. The journal warned that obsession with success can burn out ambition. Ilara, consumed by her novel, noticed her health and relationships suffering. She began scheduling time for rest, exercise, and friends. This balance recharged her creativity. Her writing improved, infused with new energy. The journal's wisdom, "Balance fuels longevity," guided her. Ilara learned that success wasn't just about work, but about living fully, her dream thriving alongside a healthier, happier life. Stay curious, the 27th lesson advised. The journal encouraged exploring new ideas to fuel growth. Ilara began researching diverse topics: history, science, mythology, to enrich her writing. Her novel gained depth, captivating early readers. Curiosity also led her to new genres, sparking ideas for future projects. The journal's words, "Curiosity opens new paths," inspired her. Ilara's mind became a playground of possibilities. Each question she explored a step closer to her evolving vision of success. Lesson 28 was, release what holds you back. The journal urged Ilara to shed doubts and toxic habits. She recognized her perfectionism as a barrier, often delaying submissions. Letting go was hard but necessary. She submitted her novel despite lingering fears. The journal's advice, "Freedom lies in letting go," freed her. Ilara felt lighter, her confidence soaring. By releasing her need for control, she opened herself to opportunities. Her dream no longer weighed down by self-imposed limits. Be true to yourself, the 29th lesson declared. The journal emphasized that authentic work resonates deeply. Ilara, tempted to mimic popular authors, instead wrote from her heart. Her novel's unique voice began to shine. Readers connected with her authenticity, praising its raw emotion. The journal's wisdom, "Authenticity is your signature," guided her. Ilara realized that her true self was her greatest asset. Her stories, a reflection of her soul, drawing her closer to success. Lesson 30 was, plan your path. The journal stressed that success requires strategy. Ilara mapped out her writing career, short-term goals like publishing her novel, long-term dreams like a series. Her plan gave her clarity. She broke tasks into manageable steps, tackling them systematically. The journal's metaphor, "A plan is your roadmap," kept her focused. Ilara's progress accelerated. Her dream no longer a vague hope, but a clear destination she was actively moving toward. Choose optimism, the 31st lesson urged. The journal explained that a positive mindset fuels resilience. Ilara, facing publishing delays, began focusing on possibilities rather than setbacks. She visualized her novel's success, her hope unwavering. This optimism attracted opportunities. An editor offered valuable feedback, speeding up revisions. The journal's words, "Optimism lights the way," inspired her. Ilara's positive outlook became a magnet for progress, her belief in a bright future driving her forward. Lesson 32 was Embrace Sacrifice. The journal warned that success demands trade-offs. Ilara gave up late-night scrolling to focus on writing, sacrificing comfort for progress. These choices were tough but necessary. Her novel's quality improved, earning praise from beta readers. The journal's wisdom, sacrifice plants the seeds of success, resonated. Ilara saw her sacrifices as investments, each one a step closer to her dream, her discipline forging a stronger path forward. Collaborate to create, the 33rd lesson advised. The journal emphasized that teamwork amplifies success. Ilara partnered with an illustrator for her novel's cover, blending their visions. The result was stunning, elevating her book's appeal. This collaboration taught her to value others' expertise. The journal's words, "Together, you soar higher," rang true. Ilara's network grew, her project enriched by shared creativity. Success, she realized, was a collective effort, her dream thriving through collaboration. Lesson 34 was Dare to be different. The journal urged Ilara to embrace her unique voice. She experimented with unconventional storytelling, weaving bold themes into her novel. Early readers praised its originality. This courage set her apart in a crowded market. The journal's advice, "Uniqueness is your strength," inspired her. Ilara's confidence grew as she leaned into her distinct style, her novel becoming a beacon of her individuality, drawing her closer to success. Seek feedback, the 35th lesson declared. The journal stressed that constructive criticism sharpens success. Ilara shared her novel with beta readers, bracing for their input. Their suggestions, though tough, improved her story's pacing and depth. She revised diligently, grateful for their honesty. The journal's wisdom feedback is a gift, guided her. Ilara learned to embrace critique as a tool for growth, her novel stronger with each revision, her path to success clearer with every insight. Lesson 36 was Rest to recharge. The journal warned that burnout stalls progress. Ilara, pushing herself relentlessly, felt exhaustion creeping in. She began scheduling breaks, taking walks, and meditating to restore her energy. Her creativity flourished with rest, her writing sharper. The journal's words, "Rest is fuel for success," resonated. Ilara realized that pausing wasn't weakness, but wisdom. By prioritizing rest, she sustained her drive, her dream thriving on a foundation of balance. Commit fully, the 37th lesson urged. The journal emphasized that half-hearted efforts yield half-hearted results. Ilara doubled down on her novel, dedicating every spare moment to its completion. Her focus was unwavering. Her commitment paid off when a publisher offered a contract. The journal's advice commitment turns dreams into reality inspired her. Ilara's dedication became her anchor, each effort a testament to her resolve, pushing her closer to her dream. Lesson 38 was Simplify your path. The journal cautioned against overcomplicating goals. Ilara, juggling multiple projects, felt scattered. She focused solely on her novel, streamlining her efforts. This clarity boosted her productivity. Her novel neared completion, its quality shining through. The journal's wisdom. Simplicity sharpens, success guided her. Ilara learned that less could be more, her focused efforts yielding greater results, her dream now within closer reach than ever before. Visualize success, the 39th lesson advised. The journal urged Ilara to picture her goals vividly. She imagined holding her published novel, speaking at book signings, and inspiring readers. These images fueled her motivation. Her visualizations kept her focused during challenges. The journal's words, "What you see, you become," inspired her. Ilara's dream felt tangible, each mental image a step toward reality. Her novel's progress reflected her vivid vision, success drawing nearer. Lesson 40 was, Persevere through doubt. The journal warned that doubt tests resolve. As Ilara's publication date neared, fears of failure resurfaced. She leaned on the journal's stories of the mentor's perseverance, finding strength. She pushed through, finalizing her manuscript. The journal's advice, "Perseverance conquers all," steadied her. Ilara's determination grew, her doubts no match for her resolve. Each step forward was a victory. her dream now just beyond the horizon. Celebrate milestones, the 41st lesson urged. The journal emphasized that acknowledging progress fuels motivation. When Alara signed her publishing contract, she celebrated with friends, savoring the moment. It felt like a turning point. These celebrations recharged her drive. The journal's wisdom, celebration sparks, momentum resonated. Alara began marking smaller victories, completing edits. Positive reviews, each one a reminder of her progress. Her dream felt closer, her heart lifted by each joyful pause. Lesson 42 was sharpen your focus. The journal reiterated that distractions derail dreams. Alara, now busier with publishing demands, noticed her attention wavering. She set stricter boundaries, silencing notifications and prioritizing writing. Her manuscript's final edits shone with clarity. The journal's words, "Focus is your sword," guided her. Alara's productivity soared, her dream within reach. By honing her focus, she carved a clear path, each moment dedicated to her ultimate goal. Adapt to change, the 43rd lesson advised. The journal warned that rigidity stalls progress. When her publisher suggested major edits, Alara resisted but recalled the journal's wisdom. She embraced the changes, enhancing her novel's appeal. The revised manuscript earned praise. The journal's advice adaptability as strength inspired her. Alara learned to flow with change, her flexibility a key to success. Each adjustment brought her closer to her dream, her path now fluid and resilient. Lesson 44 was trust the process. The journal urged faith in the journey. As publication loomed, Alara worried about outcomes. She leaned on the journal's stories of the mentor's trust, calming her fears. She focused on each task, trusting the path would lead to success. The journal's words, "Trust paves the way," guided her. Alara's anxiety eased, her confidence growing. By trusting the process, she moved steadily toward her dream, her heart steady. Influence through story, the 45th lesson declared. The journal emphasized that stories shape hearts and minds. Alara's novel, now published, began inspiring readers. She received letters praising its impact, her purpose fulfilled. She began speaking at events, sharing her journey. The journal's wisdom, "Stories change the world," resonated. Alara realized her influence was her legacy, her novel, a beacon for others. Success, she saw, was about impact, her dream now touching lives. Lesson 46 was lead with purpose. The journal urged Alara to guide others. As her novel gained traction, she mentored aspiring writers, sharing the journal's lessons. Her leadership inspired a new generation of storytellers. This role amplified her success. The journal's advice, "Leaders lift," others inspired her. Alara's dream expanded, now about empowering others. Her influence grew, her leadership a testament to her journey, her success now a shared triumph. Reflect on your journey, the 47th lesson advised. The journal urged Alara to look back to move forward. She revisited her early struggles, marveling at her growth. Each lesson had shaped her into a stronger writer. Reflection fueled her gratitude and resolve. The journal's words, "Reflection reveals your strength," guided her. Alara saw her journey as a tapestry of lessons, each thread vital to her success. Her dream, now realized, felt richer through reflection. Lesson 48 was, grow always. The journal emphasized that success demands constant evolution. Alara, now a published author, enrolled in advanced writing workshops, eager to refine her craft. Her next novel began taking shape. Growth kept her inspired. The journal's wisdom, "Growth is the heartbeat of success," resonated. Alara embraced each challenge as a chance to evolve, her dream expanding with every new skill. Success, she realized, was a journey of endless growth. Hold your vision, the 49th lesson urged. The journal reminded Alara to stay true to her dreams. As fame grew, distractions multiplied. She revisited her original sketch, realigning with her goal of inspiring through stories. This clarity renewed her focus. The journal's advice, "Your vision is your anchor," guided her. Alara's next novel reflected her core vision, earning critical acclaim. Her dream, once a sketch, was now a reality, grounded by her unwavering vision. Lesson 50 was, build a legacy. The journal urged Alara to think beyond herself. She began a foundation to support young writers, sharing the journal's lessons. Her work inspired countless dreamers, her impact enduring. This legacy gave her purpose depth. The journal's words, "Legacy is success eternal," inspired her. Alara's dream evolved into a mission to uplift others, her success now measured by the lives she touched, her story a lasting beacon. Rise above challenges, the 51st lesson declared. The journal emphasized that setbacks test true success. When a harsh review criticized her novel, Alara felt stung but recalled the journal's wisdom. She used the feedback to improve. Her next book was stronger, silencing critics. The journal's advice, "Resilience shapes greatness," guided her. Alara's ability to rise above challenges became her hallmark, her dream thriving through adversity, her success a testament to her strength. Lesson 52 was, innovate boldly. The journal urged Alara to push boundaries. She experimented with a multimedia storytelling project, blending text and audio. The innovative format captivated audiences, expanding her reach. This bold move redefined her career. The journal's words, "Innovation sparks progress," inspired her. Alara's willingness to innovate set her apart, her dream growing with each creative leap. Success, she realized, was about redefining what's possible. Connect deeply. The 53rd lesson advised. The journal emphasized that relationships fuel success. Alara nurtured ties with readers, responding to their letters and hosting workshops. Their stories enriched her work. These connections amplified her impact. The journal's wisdom, "Connection builds empires," resonated. Alara's dream thrived on these bonds, her success a shared journey. Each relationship strengthened her resolve, her stories a bridge to countless hearts. Lesson 54 was, pursue excellence. The journal urged Alara to aim for the highest quality. She revised her next novel meticulously, seeking perfection in every word. Her dedication shone through, earning critical acclaim. Excellence became her standard. The journal's advice, "Excellence defines success," guided her. Alara's commitment to quality elevated her work, her dream now synonymous with mastery. Each polished sentence was a step toward lasting greatness. Hold faith. The 55th lesson declared. The journal emphasized that belief in the unseen drives success. As Alara faced uncertainty with her next project, she trusted her instincts, guided by the journal's wisdom. Her faith led to a bold new novel that resonated widely. The journal's words, "Faith moves mountains," inspired her. Alara's belief in her dream sustained her success, a testament to the power of unwavering faith in her journey. Lesson 56 was, make an impact. The journal urged Alara to measure success by influence. Her novels now inspired readers to chase their dreams, their letters flooding her inbox. She felt her purpose fulfilled. This impact redefined her success. The journal's wisdom, "Impact is your legacy," guided her. Alara's dream grew beyond personal achievement, her stories a catalyst for change. Success, she realized, was about transforming lives through her words. Live gratefully, the 57th lesson advised. The journal emphasized that gratitude sustains success. Alara, now successful, reflected on her journey, thankful for every lesson, mentor, and reader. This gratitude grounded her. Her appreciation fueled her drive to give back. The journal's words, "Gratitude fuels the heart," inspired her. Alara's success felt richer, her dream sustained by a heart full of thanks, her journey a testament to the power of gratitude. Lesson 58 was, dream anew. The journal urged Alara to keep dreaming, even after success. With her novel a bestseller, she envisioned a global book tour, inspiring writers worldwide. The idea sparked new energy. She began planning. Her ambition reignited. The journal's advice, "New dreams fuel growth," guided her. Alara's success became a foundation for bigger dreams, her journey ever evolving. Each new vision pushed her further, her dream boundless. Leave a lasting mark, the 59th lesson declared. The journal emphasized that true success endures. Alara's foundation grew, supporting young writers globally. Her novels became classics, studied in schools. Her legacy was her greatest achievement. The journal's wisdom, legacy, is eternal success resonated. Ilara's dream had transcended her, her impact a ripple through generations. Success, she realized, was about creating something that outlives you. The final lesson was, find fulfillment. The journal revealed that success is not wealth or fame, but living your purpose. Ilara, now a celebrated author, found joy in inspiring others. Her journey, guided by the journal, was complete. She passed the journal to a young writer, its lessons now theirs. The journal's words, "Fulfillment is success's heart," echoed. Ilara's dream, once a spark, was now a flame. Her life, a testament to the hidden secrets of success.